Not much argument as to who won this fight. The only question will be, did Devin Haney win every single round?
He couldn't get the 4 knockdowns and the knockout he wanted, but he pitched the...
Let's mute that. Statement not made. Also, here's a question. How many people do you think are watching this stream right now, and it is going currently head-to-head? Let me check. Where's my damn remote? I was going to see if I could check on here if Tank versus Leo replay is on Showtime right now. It should be. They should be in the ring. Where's my gosh darn remote? He should defend his title. Devin Haney, unanimous decision. But yo, he was supposed to make a statement, you know. And I kind of figured this was going to happen. By the way, very ugly fight. Little to no replay value unless you're like a degenerate Gamboa fan. You know, Gamboa's done. A little bit of an off-color joke, but I was saying like Gamboa looks like he can file a disability claim. He won't be able to get food stamps, but he may be able to get some benefits. He's done, bro. He is done. The legs. So remember, he fought Tank Davis with 1 foot, 1 shoe. 1 foot and 1 shoe. I guess it's like this, right? Remember Teofimo Lopez versus Masahiro Nakatani? Isn't that how you say his name? Masahiro? No, that's not Masahiro. Masayoshi? How do you say his name? Whatever. Remember Teofimo Lopez versus Nakatani. Fighters have bad nights. However, if any night was a night where this guy needed to make a statement, it was tonight, and he didn't do it. With Teofimo Lopez dethroning Vasil Lomachenko, Tank Davis damn near decapitating Leo Santa Cruz, he needed to make a statement. In regards to Gamboa, yeah, he's going to get a couple more fights. You know, people are going to use him to make their name. But for the most part, Gamboa's done. He's been done for quite some time. Yeah, you go ahead, you dance around back there. So, we're going to listen to the post-fight interview on TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. We cover every single major fight live. What's next? By the way, Devin Haney's going to have to go over to ESPN if he wants Teofimo Lopez. So I think they should do that for us.
Achilles looked pretty good. So did Haney's shoulder. But in the end...
So think about it like this, right? By the way, I think that Loma would beat Devin Haney that fought tonight. Listen, I've said this before. I said multiple times that I thought Devin Haney could beat Loma. But now I'm really looking at things. I don't know if fighters have a bad night. I'm not counting him out yet.
The Seminole Hard Rock Hotel Casino. We go the distance. 12 champions.
By the way, please like the video and subscribe.
And now, at this time, we go to the judges' totals. Here they are. Judge Fernando Barbosa sees the bout 118-109. Judge Michael Tate and Michael Ross have the bout 120-107 for your winner by unanimous decision.
Oh, he had a point deduction.
And still undefeated, the WBC reigning lightweight champion of the world, Devin the Dream Haney.
Here's a question.
Well, he looks happy. You've got that $1 million smile.
Here's the question. If you were to match up him, and by the way, listen, Tank Davis is not fighting these guys anytime soon, meaning Teofimo or a Devin Haney. I want them to do the right thing and give us Teofimo Lopez versus Devin Haney. And I personally believe that Devin Haney cannot balk. He can't bitch and complain. With the way things are going right now, if he wants the big fights, him and his team and Eddie Hearn, they know better. He's going to have to go over to ESPN. He's going to have to go over to ESPN. Teofimo Lopez calls the shots. And with this performance, I'm sorry. You know, one good thing about both of these fighters is if they don't fight at 135, they will eventually fight at 140. But fuck that. We're in a pandemic. They owe it to us now. Boxing been doing us dirty and abusing us for too damn long. and then Devin Haney can go over there and pull some big major upset shit from his side. I'm not saying he'll win. I'm still kind of torn on that because I think Teofimo Lopez is still looking like he's going to be bigger than Devin Haney. Will Devin Haney be able to get in on the inside, or will Teofimo's power keep him honest? Don't be one of them people judging off this one performance that you're just going to write him off. I've seen this happen many, many times before. I was a little bit off the rails when Teofimo didn't look good against Nakatani. That shit still kind of bothered me because I was like, damn, I told him an asshole. But looking back at it, it's like, yo, he was talking all this big shit before. Like, you can't be talking all this shit and then look like shit. So yeah, he undisputed now. No, I can't say undisputed. I'm sorry, I'm not the only one. It's just like, that franchise shit fucked it up. So if you don't know the lore of the story, Haney was the mandatory, but Loma was elevated to franchise by his team, request of his team. And if that didn't happen, then we wouldn't have got the Lopez fight. You see what I'm saying? It's like fucked up. And Devin Haney said on the media call earlier this week is that, the franchise belt, I do feel the same. Even when it comes to Canelo, it's made for ducking. Like, what the fuck? Like, that franchise shit is it muddies the waters. And I'm not the only one that says that. So let's listen to the post-fight interview. I'm going to be doing a live stream. I'm going to head over to UFC after this, actually.
Smile down, doesn't he, Chris?
He does.
Just like you do.
Let's listen in.
He's a very charismatic guy.
And now let's hear from the champ.
Oh, he's
Devin,
very well spoken.
Congratulations. I know you were looking for something spectacular in this fight, but you pitched basically a shutout on two of the judges' scorecards, dominate on the third. What did you think of your performance?
I thought I put in a world-class performance. Of course, I wanted the knockout, but he was a crafty veteran. He was doing a lot of holding and, trying to survive. So it is what it is.
We've seen Gamboa get reckless at times, engage at times. You even said yourself during the week, Gamboa is most dangerous when he's hurt. Were you surprised by how he fought you?
No, I wasn't surprised at all. I knew that he was going to come in, he was going to be scrappy, and he was going to do anything to survive, and that's what he did.
You mentioned the holding. Gamboa did have a point deducted later in the fight. How challenging was that for you?
It was what it was. I knew coming in that he was going to do a lot of holding. I hit him with big shots, and whenever he was hurt, he would hold and he would get scrappy. But that's just him being a veteran and him knowing how to survive and being in a lot of big fights.
We're taking a look at some of the better shots for you on the monitor tonight. What do you think was your most effective round, most effective punches?
I'm not sure. I got to watch the fight over again. I hit him with some big shots. Like I said, he was real crafty. He knew how to survive. I hit him with a lot of good jabs. He's crafty opponent. He's a true champion. I take nothing away from him.
Was it difficult for you during this fight to fight the urge to get reckless yourself because you were looking for that kind of performance we've seen from some of the top lightweights in boxing?
At times, I did get a little reckless because I wanted to knock out. But that's just with him being a crafty opponent. He knew how to survive. He knew how to take the big shots. He knew how to hold on.
Was there a point during the fight, Devin, where you kind of said, look, this might be a fight that goes the distance. I might not be able to put together that type of one-punch knockout like you had with Antonio Moran a year ago?
No, I knew that I was going to try to hit him with big shots from round 1 to round 12. That's why in round 12 you guys see me bite down and even try to still get him out of there because I wanted the knockout. But, it's good to get the rounds. It shows that, how good of a boxer I am, and when I want to bang, I can bang. When I want to box, I can box.
It's your first fight since having shoulder surgery after your last fight. How did you feel in the ring?
Shoulder felt great, 100%.
Did you feel any rust after such a long layoff?
No ring rust.
So we know your division is the hottest division in boxing right now. What kind of message do you think you sent to the division tonight?
It's a lot of big fights out there. I showed that I'm here and I'm not going anywhere. I want the big fights. I want to make these big fights. Fighting someone like Gamboa was a stepping stone, but I'm here for the big fights. I want to make the biggest fights happen to bring the best out of me.
All right, so what is that big fight that you want to get into next?
There's a lot of big fights in the lightweight division. Teofimo Lopez is the one with the rest of the belt. So that's the main fight that I want to make happen.
All right, congratulations, Devin. Complete performance, terrific performance from you tonight.
Thank you.
like I said, I kind of had a feeling like he was going to have a fight like this. I kind of had a feeling like it was going to look like this. Kind of had a feeling. So let's think. In-house, I think that the zone will throw a lot of money at Haney versus Ryan Garcia. But what will happen if more money is thrown for either of them to go over to... See, with Canelo leaving the zone, Ryan Garcia is very important to them. I don't think that Ryan Garcia is going to be going over to ESPN or even a Devin Haney. I think they're going to go for that fight first. Well, first of all, let me first go ahead and say I don't have Ryan Garcia beating Luke Campbell. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I have Luke Campbell defeating Ryan Garcia. So there's also that. And we can't expect Teofimo Lopez to make a decision on who he's going to fight until after that. Teofimo, I'm guessing, going to be back in... They can't keep him out too long, even though they want a crowd. I'm guessing he'll be back sometime in March, April, latest May. That seems a little way too late. You know, because people say, well, you know, he's got to have a crowd, but you also can't keep him on the shelf. You see what I'm saying? So the heat's coming on? Did it get cold? The heat's... Oh, my bad. The heat... I hear the heat coming on. Who the fuck turned the heat on? Is it a ghost? Well, anyway. Gamboa's done. Let's just... I don't want to see him fight anymore. You know? I mean, yeah, he may have a couple of other fights, and I'm looking at 135 like, who's he going to fight? If Devin Haney doesn't go that route, then who... Well, his mandatory is Ryan Garcia, Luke Campbell winner. And Ryan Garcia, just like everybody's saying, it's like, yeah, he got Instagram followers and everything. You know, but in a pandemic, how does that transcend the ticket sales? And also, something very important. People keep talking about these Ryan Garcia fans. Like, they're young. Like, fucking between, what, 10 years old? Let's just be generous. 10-year-olds and shit to fucking, you know, 20-something-year-olds. Boxing loves that demographic. But the thing is, guess what? They know how to get the fights for free. These kids are smart as shit with their phones. Hey, you got that link? Hey, send me that link, bro. All that shit. It's lit, man. Whoa, Daniel. That shit. So it's like they gotta really like think like, okay, yeah, he may bring in all these fans, these kids and shit, but how many of them paying for the fights? Like, or getting their parents to pay for them? Or how do they have the zone? You know these fights are easy as shit to stream. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. So, like I said, I don't think Devin Haney made a statement tonight. By the way, here's the zone schedule. He didn't make a statement. Pause it if you have to. He didn't make a statement for me. You know? Like, I don't know, man. We need a big fight next. And I think that, you know, depending on what happens, this is going to be interesting because his mandatory is going to be Ryan Garcia, Luke Campbell. But it's about who will Teofimo pick. And who will ESPN Top Rank throw the money at? Likely Ryan Garcia. Because Ryan Garcia, how does that work? Ryan Garcia would be a voluntary for Teofimo. Teofimo's mandatory is George Cambosos. But can they get him to take a step aside? Complex. I'm thinking too much. See, I see pathways there for all them fighters to go. But George Cambosos is important because what is he going to do? And the IBF are very strict. And they also got another potential mandatory already coming up in Isaac Cruz, who put a boot in Diego Magdaleno ass last week. Anyway, let me get up out of here. I got a lot of videos. I already did my other videos, so I'm back now. I took the last 7 days off, but now we're going to be going balls to the wall to the end of the year. All right? A lot of fucking lawyer fees and shit, suing a lot of people, you know. Even though, you know, a lot of times they pick the shit up pro bono, still, you still got to have, like, money for certain expenses and shit, and there's a couple lawyers I do have to get on retainer, you know, but whatever. TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. Please subscribe. We cover every single Devin Haney fight, every single Lomachenko fight, every single Tank Davis fight, every single Teofimo Lopez fight, every single Luke Campbell fight, every single Ryan Garcia fight. Fucking damn. But not Jorge Linares anymore. But pretty much, we cover every single major fight live and uncut. TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. Please subscribe.